Our new to us house and mala ball. This is a John's Travel Adventures production. Money has changed hands, the title has been transferred. So it's time for us to make our first trip up to Mala Ball and see what works in the place and what needs work. As you can see, there are a couple of upstairs patio balconies you can reach from outside, or there's a door inside that will get there. There's a nice swing and play set for kids. Then in the distance you see the neighbors across the road. To enter the place from the road, there's a big movable gate that's electrically powered. There's a smaller gate you can open to walk in. It doesn't need electricity. But that gate seemed to have some problems, so it really didn't want to move, and we couldn't get a lot of things in or out without it moving. And finally we found that trimming everything around there, lubricating the things, and clearing the gravel out helped it work. This is from the second story balcony patio, and there's a ladder that goes up to a sort of level area. They may have had a water tank there for water pressure. I'm not really sure. These windows are the guest rooms. We wanted to have a place where you could have guests stay instead of just enough room for us. So this is a nice patio. There are some outlet plugs there, and there's some power there. And it gets a fair amount of shade, otherwise it would be sort of hot. You can see the driveway going down to the big metal gate, and underneath there, underneath the patio in the driveway, is a nice shaded spot where you could either put a vehicle or just hang out outside. A lot of things hadn't been trimmed for a while. You see some of the power lines go right through trees that in a windy day would have a chance of knocking out the power or shorting something out. So those were all cut back. In the past there was some beautiful hibiscus, and this place does have a lot of beautiful flowers. As you can see, there are a lot of shades on the windows, and it's nice to keep the sun out, keep the heat out, but it's also nice to look out and see the outside. So some of this stuff is more detail we need to pay attention to, so we can see the world from inside instead of being inside like a cave or something. At one point the water stopped running, and we weren't sure what to do, so we went next door to our really nice neighbor, and he explained the whole situation. This is what we were given, a bag full of keys. We didn't know where everything went, but it was time to figure it out. This key, supposedly towards the maid's room, didn't work. It wasn't really the right key for that. So we had to get something drilled out to get that out. And the person that helped us with it knew the place in Cebu City that would have the part, called the place, make sure they had the part. And it was very reasonably priced, so we picked it up, and when we came back the second time, they were able to put that in to make it work. This is the main living room, a couple of nice sofas and some very comfortable chairs also. Then again, I'd like to bring more light into this space. And then the dining area is next to it. It's a nice big table, 4 very comfortable chairs, and a lot of curtains that are closed that we're working on opening up so we can see better. This is looking into the kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen, but the house hadn't been lived in for a while. Like that one of those burners did not work. We did get someone to come out and fix it. And the place needed tons of cleaning. It's like, well, things haven't been cleaned forever. Unfortunately, we had someone, a local, who was very helpful. He lives in the area, so he knows where everything is. He's not afraid to work hard to make things nice. Back to our water problem. We needed some water delivered. Currently, there was not an active line. And to do that, we needed to be able to move a truck into the back, which we were able to get the gate open. And we got 2 cubic meters, but we couldn't use 2/5 of that because our tanks aren't big enough. So we'll probably be getting bigger tanks.